All right. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Degenerate Gamblers, and we're feeling quite degenerate today. I'm with my boy Steve Valente. He's coming live from the North Country. I'm in the middle of New York City. I made it home. I don't know how, but I'm here, and that's what it is. Listen, man, that national championship game was the shit.
Great game.
It was a hell of a game, man. If you're a degenerate gambler, if you join us on the preview, if you go to Whop.com and you join the premium degenerate gamblers, you would have had Miami plus 7.5 and the under. Mm-hmm. You would have hit. It was a good night overall. I had futures on Miami to win the whole thing, and they're driving.
On it good.
They're driving. There's 45 seconds left, and then Numbnuts throws an interception.
Yeah, fucking turkey neck Beck.
Carson Beck. That's what happens, kids. Don't date porn stars. Don't, because they will drain you. They will drain you more ways than one. And when you looked at Carson Beck, man, he looked like he had been dipping into some porn all because
no, you gotta listen to Mickey from Rocky. Watch the Rocky movies. Women weaken legs.
They weaken legs. Especially that one. You can't date a porn star. That's just out of that's a whole that's like, higher level division one athlete.
That's right. Our boy Fernando, though, the old wholesome, God-fearing man.
Yeah, he ran one in. But listen, you know something? If you watch that game, and this is what people don't talk about, Miami should have won the game if they don't get the punt blocked.
Right. That was it.
Punt blocked, that's it.
2 punts cost Miami that game. Tony never should have received that punt on the 5-yard line or the 3-yard line. Right? Should have let it go into the end zone. Then on that drive, they go 3 and out and get the punt blocked. And the worst part, if you watch it back in replay, they weren't even in punt block. They only rushed 4 guys. I
know. That was no excuse. You special teams lost Miami that game. I mean, you can say what you want. I don't, hats off to India. You deserve it. Miami should have won that damn game. I had a nice future on it, but I also had them plus 7.5, and I had the under, and that's all that matters. We banked, and moving on, college football season's over. We had a hell of a year, plus a lot of units. It was a good, solid year. We got guys on the Discord that started in August. They're still here, same guys, because that's what we do. We bank. Let's go into college hoops, and we're going to talk about something, people, that we crush on, and it's called arbitrage. It's amazing. It has taken me years to figure out, to get a good feeling of when to hedge, when to try to middle a game. But, to give you an idea, we had a day last week, man. Holy shit. And it's crazy because some of these leagues are starting at 11 and noon on Thursdays and Fridays now. Today, I'll give a good example in a second. But we had a day 3 days ago. We started right off. We popped Drexel for 5-unit play, plus 5.5. Then I took Penn plus 5 for 3 units. And the thing was, Penn got up quite a bit, so we turned around. We took Harvard money line for 2 units. I think Penn won by 2 or 3. We nailed both sides. Mm-hmm. We had Penn plus 3. We had Harvard plus 2. Then we did the same thing with it in the Townsend State game. We grabbed them live, plus it at the money line, and they covered. We 3 units on that. So that's what we've been doing a lot of. Now we'll take a team that's plus
Howie, and tell them too, especially this time of year, you got to watch these games. You got to see what these kids are doing. You got to see who showed up that night, and then you can make a pretty accurate decision on what team you want to roll with live.
Listen, I got friends of mine who are damn good. They're good gamblers, man. And I have friends of mine, and this is crazy, but they won't make a bet until the game begins. Mm-hmm. They'll wait 5, 10, 15 minutes, wait for some value. And that's the way to do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
A lot too, just to see what matchups are, right?
Yeah.
To see who you have matching up against who in the games, and then seeing how they respond to it.
Listen, you bring up a good example. 2 nights ago, 6 p.m. game, Marquette's playing Providence. what did we do? I think I don't know if we took the bottom line was no, we took Marquette money line, and we haven't taken Marquette this year because they're terrible. But the line was bizarre. The line moved a little from plus 1.5 to no, it went from like plus 3.5 down to
You had
plus.
5 units on Marquette money line.
Yeah, we had 5 units on Marquette, and they pulled it out and won. Now, the reason I'm saying that quickly, Steve, is because, and I don't want to get off topic, but Marquette plays tonight. They're plus.
Howie, I knew where you were going. I was going to go right there with you.
Yeah, we're going to
Howie,
Indiana.
how bad has Marquette been?
They've been bad. They played Providence tough the other night at home.
Yep.
They won the game. They play now. They're
You
getting
gave them a 5 unit. You gave them a 5 unit the other night. You're doing your homework.
I had it was in. It was you knew they were gonna show up, and they did. Now tonight they go to Butler. People, they're plus 6 at Butler. I think Butler's gonna steamroll them. I just do.
They're going on the road. Howie, what Shaka Smart was that next up and coming coach. He went to Texas. He fell on his face.
VCU. He brought VCU to the Final Four.
Did a great job with VCU.
Went to Texas.
Coached under Billy Donovan at Florida. Went to VCU. Put them on the map. Yep. Went to the Final Four. Great Cinderella story. Goes to Texas. Next coach. Texas has got to be a tough place to win on the basketball court, right? Yeah. Then you come home to Marquette, where Steve Wojciechowski couldn't get it done. No. He's in year 4, and he's been getting progressively worse every single year. It's crazy.
The one thing I will say about his situation right now is that you look at the Big East, and
tough.
I'm not making excuses. I don't know how much money Marquette has. I don't know.
Howie, it's got to be the money thing. And who the fuck wants to go play basketball in Wisconsin when you can go and play basketball in Florida?
At a small little Catholic school. Yeah. I don't know what his NIL situation is. It's not St. John's.
Yeah, it can't be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that some of these schools, like Creighton, who don't have football programs, they do have more money. All you need is a few boosters.
Yeah.
Toss $500,000 there, $500,000 there. You need 5 or 6 guys to make up a Mark Cuban. So that's what we're doing, people. We're arbitraging the shit out of these games. We're middling them. When I say that, you take a team that's plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. And ideally, what you want is sometime during the game, you want that team to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Have a lead. Maybe in the first half, they start off, they're up 7. And all of a sudden, the team that was favored, now it's even. We did it last night in the NBA. God, I hedged like 3 times last night on some of those games. We'll talk about that when we get maybe here.
You had, I think you moved the lines in that. Did Mahul? Mahul might have put something in.
Yeah, we did. He crushed NBA last night. So let's just get into college hoops, because today, for a Friday, finally, it's a really good slate. It's a hell of a slate today. Shit, I already put in a degenerate bet.
2.
Already put 1 in. It's like, come on, Howie. You got problems. I can either bet the Australian Open, which I know absolutely nothing. If you want tennis information.
Hold on, Howie. You could bet the Australian Open, or you did.
Well, I did. I did bet.
Yes, you did.
I don't know if Rublev won because I cashed out.
Howie, that's why you're our fearless leader.
Yeah.
Fearless. You're betting the Australian Open.
Yep. That I'm going to start slinging some golf bets because
Let's go. It's coming.
I love that.
Scheffler's playing in his first tournament this weekend.
You got Brian Harmon, my boy down in Savannah.
Lefty.
Yeah. So I already tossed one in today, and I'll tell you why, people, if you're listening, because yesterday, oh my God, sometimes you're going to start off slow. Sometimes you're going to start off fast. Sometimes you're going to. And yesterday, my first game, I took University of Louisiana Monroe. I want to say they were down, 48-3 at the half. It was something like, listen, this team lost by 50. This was a New York Knicks, New Jersey Nets, Brooklyn Nets situation. They lost by like 50. So UL Monroe comes back today against App State, who's decent. I took the line down to 9.5. I think they'll lay another egg. Austin P looked great yesterday. I had them. They're playing Stetson. Took them to 9.5. Then I took North Texas over East Carolina. So I got myself a little 3-game par with some alt spreads for some noon games because you got noon games. What are you going to do? I got to sit back. I got to lay some dough, man. I got to get through my day, brother.
Listen, you're not going to bet the noon games on a Friday when you got nothing else going on.
That's sacrilegious, man. I could feel Jesus giving me the wrath if I don't
We'll
toss
call
it.
Fernando, see what he says.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got those, and then I'm looking at East Carolina. I'm looking at 1 o'clock. You got Mercyhurst, Kennesaw State, Louisiana Tech. Kennesaw State's been playing tough. They lost their last game because we actually had the team that beat them. Then 3 o'clock, you got Firm. But listen, you get into tonight, Steve, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there's a game, and I think it was, oh, yeah, we got to give a shout out to our boy, Frank the Tank, because Frank the Tank during that fucking national championship game, he bet the Polish dude Nowicki or whatever, or Suzowski, one of those skis, because that's his name. And he bet him to score, and it was like plus 3,300. Frank was going nuts, man. He had that, which if you're in New Jersey, you can bet college prop bets in New Jersey. You can't in New York State. No, we can't bet college props.
Sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, Frank the Tank, baby. He's on that Discord more than any of us, and I love every minute of it.
Dude, he's betting hockey. He's in a NASCAR.
He gave us a NASCAR pod to listen to yesterday, people. It's
Frank's betting how much
angle you could get it. Yeah. You're getting it. The Degenerate Gamblers.
Frank's betting how much girls can lose from like January 1st to March 5th. He's on it. So you got to join the Discord if you're listening, man. Go to WHOP.com. Join the premium, the Degenerate Gamblers. Just go to it. Join, sign up, $24.99. It's a good time. Got to do it because we're going into college hoops right now. College hoops is just on fire. Steve, 6 o'clock tonight, Indiana is minus 6.5 at Rutgers. Rutgers went to Iowa last week, played them tough. Rutgers is terrible. Indiana is decent. I gotta lean Indiana in this game against Rutgers. Rutgers doesn't cover a lot. They have the last couple, but I just think
Rutgers has covered their last 3, Howie. Indiana has not covered 3 out of their last 4, but they played tough teams. Nebraska, Michigan State, Iowa, and Michigan. Yeah. So that's the juggernaut of the Big Ten, and they just ran through it. Really, didn't look too good in any of those games, but now you're coming back, and maybe this is a spot where you're facing a Rutgers team who is down that you can kind of get a get right game.
Yeah, that is a get right game because Rutgers is terrible, man. I've watched them numerous times this year. They don't make free throws. They turn the ball over. They don't play D. 8 o'clock tonight, you got Ohio State, who's a good Big Ten team. They go to Michigan. Michigan's laying 15.5 points at home. I don't love that game. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, University of Michigan, 3 in the country. Are they that good? I don't know, man. I mean, they play well against certain teams, but I've seen them where they don't play that well.
It's too many points, How I can get 15.5, and I'm going to take it all day. I'm on Ohio State. I'm going to post how many units I'm going to put on it on the Discord. I'm going to look a little deeper into it. Michigan has not been covering.
They haven't.
Right? So they're 4-6 in their last 10, but lost their last 6. They have not covered their last 6 games. This is another spread where it kind of dropped down a little bit against Washington, but then you got Oregon 18.5, didn't cover. Indiana 15.5, didn't cover. Ohio State's played teams tough, only lost by 1 to Carolina, and I'm not saying Carolina's world beaters, but they covered against UCLA, covered against Minnesota, played tough against Nebraska. So that's too many points to me. I'm backing the Buckeyes in that one. Give me the 15.5 all day.
Yeah, and I can't disagree with you, man. That's just a situation where that could be a very close game. Plus, those teams are rivals. They're rivals.
Right. It's a rivalry game. They're going to be up for this game. For Michigan to beat the bags off them, because that's it. 15 points is you got blown out, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it happening.
No, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Listen, guys, holy shit. It's gonna be bizarre this weekend. We got all kinds of games coming at you. On Saturday is a loaded college basketball. We start at 11, not noon. Not noon. You better get up early because you got Mississippi going to Kentucky. There'll be a line on that. I don't know. I'm guessing right now Kentucky will probably a -8, -9. Um, Neither of these teams are great against the spread. Then, of course, you got the juggernaut Vandy, who finally lost. My God, did they lose? And you called that, Steve. You had Arkansas against them.
Yeah.
You had John Calipari must have taken his kids. His Arkansas team is just bizarre. They'll get blown out by like a Georgia or something. And then, and then they came back and they beat the piss out of Vanderbilt.
Beat the piss out of them. Vandy's lost their last 3. Texas, Florida, Arkansas hasn't covered their last 4. But I don't know. I don't have much to say about Mississippi State. They should be able to this might be a get right game for
Mississippi State's not good. No. Let's just call it what it is.
No,
another big game though. Tomorrow, you have Hofstra going to William & Mary. William & Mary is 11-6 against the spread. Hofstra's 12-6 against the spread. These teams are good. The only thing is, William & Mary's 8-0 at home. They're so hard to beat at home.
6-1 ATS at home too.
Yeah. I'll look at that game. But William & Mary, the Tribe, has won us some cash this year.
Mm-hmm.
You got your boys, North Carolina, going to Virginia. That's a big game.
That's a huge game. And the way North Carolina has been playing defense, I have zero confidence in them right now. I couldn't pick them the other night. They've been letting me down. And if you watch tape on them, Howie, you're a basketball guy. They play man, and their spacing is horrible.
They don't help. Their help side defense is terrible.
Terrible.
And they go to Virginia. Virginia's 7-3 against the spread, 10-0 at home. That's a tough spot for. I mean, North Carolina's +5 and +6.5.
Plus, the line's out for that game. They're +6.5. So again, if North Carolina from the first 2 months of the season shows up, then I'd say, I love the points here. But this Virginia team's been playing great, and they're beating the brakes off the teams that Carolina could barely that lost to. They lost to them. They lost to Cal. They lost to Stanford. They lost to SMU. And Virginia's been beating the brakes off of those teams. So
they have. Virginia's solid. I mean, we're not even out of noon yet. Noon games, Wake Forest at Duke. And then we get into my niche, man, because we've been crushing the Ivy League. We got Brown at Princeton. I will have a play on that particular game tomorrow. Princeton start off so bad. They got their best player back. It's a different team. Princeton's a different team. You got to look at that game tomorrow. And then at noon,
but Howie, that might be something that Vegas hasn't even adjusted to yet, right? So, we say they're smarter than all of us, but you got the inside track on the Ivy League.
Yeah. And we do have good info on the Ivy League, people. Very good. At noon, I love this game right here. You got Maryland, who's actually seems like they're playing a little bit better now. They got to go to Michigan State at noon tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting line. Michigan State's 10-1 at home, 6-4 against the spread. But what's his name's got Maryland playing decent for the first time.
Peterson, right? So first year under Buzz Peterson, they pulled him out of Texas A&M. I'll tell you, it's going to take a little time and adjustment for them, but they're going to be a well-coached team. I mean, Kevin, what's his nuts?
Willard.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he cleared the.
Steve's got to grab that. He's over there. He's at a baseball facility where people are just slinging balls and hitting them, and he's got 38-year-old mothers calling in like, my kid's going to be the next Aaron Judge. That's what he's dealing with. Anyways, guys, we got games tomorrow. We got Clemson at Georgia Tech is a game. That's at noon tomorrow. Look for this line because Clemson's going to be probably laying a few points. Georgia Tech is not that bad, man. They're playing at home. They got Mutombo's kid. I saw him when he was at Georgetown. That was last year against St. John's. But they got Mutombo's kid. Um, I tend to lean towards them at home. That could be an interesting game. Nebraska, who's just good. Undefeated. And they're going to Minnesota tomorrow. That's a game you got to look at, man. That's a 12 o'clock game. They're going to be laying wood at Minnesota, seventh in the country. Minnesota could play them tough. They have players. That could be a close game. Georgetown's playing at Providence. Georgetown is totally falling apart. Totally falling apart. They start off all right. I don't know what the deal is there. Providence coming off that loss against Marquette the other night. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. I can tell you that. That's at 12:30. Then we got another big one. Big East, Villanova at UConn, 12:30 tomorrow. Villanova, decent squad, man. 15-4, playing at UConn. UConn's a team that just doesn't cover. They're 3-7 against the spread. Villanova's 6-4 against the spread. UConn's another team, Steve. They just don't cover. They don't cover.
No, but this slate at noon is insane. I mean, that's a 12:30 game.
12:30 game. I just went over Georgetown Providence, which I love Providence tomorrow, coming off the loss against Marquette.
Georgetown hasn't been covering.
Georgetown has fallen apart. Yep. They just fallen apart. Then you go right back to the SEC.
Howie, you mentioned the coach, right?
He's losing it.
No, but he's going back to Providence. They hate his guts. They want to burn him at the stake, basically.
Cooley. Ed Cooley.
Going back to Providence. So that's going to be another just environment. So look at that spread. Watch that one on the Discord.
Yeah, Providence could blow them out tomorrow.
Blow them out.
Yeah, they could.
Want to kill them. But yeah, UConn, Nova. UConn's just not covering.
They don't cover.
Nova is.
Nova covers. That could be a close game. Yeah, don't go crazy on UConn. They are not firing yet. He's got a long ways to do. Then you got an interesting game at 1 o'clock. You got University of Vermont. Vermont is a team I cannot figure out. Albany State beat them. I mean, they lose to shit teams, then they play good teams. I don't get that. That league is a little whacked. Like we were talking about New Jersey Institute of Technology. What in the hell, man? They show up one night, they don't show up another night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird league. But we will have so many plays tomorrow. You got to join the Degenerate Gamblers on Whop.com. Go to Whop.com, join the Degenerate Gamblers. Game that really intrigues the shit out of me tomorrow is University of Georgia at Texas. You know, I love Georgia. 16-3, underrated. This is going to be a tough game for Georgia, though, because they got to go into Texas.
On the road.
Look at that line. This could be a tough game for Georgia. You got Army-Navy at 1:30. That's a game nobody cares about, but Army is a team that actually plays pretty well on the road. Then you got Navy. Of course, they're 9-1 at home. You get in the Atlantic 10, Dayton at St. Joe's. St. Joe's has that little guard that played at Rutgers 2 years ago who had 27 the other night. We had St. Joe's the other night. We were all over them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing at home. They will be dogs to Dayton. And you got to watch it because it's a good team. Hey, Steve, what do you think of this game at 2 o'clock tomorrow? This is a huge game. Houston going to Texas Tech.
Line's out. Line's out. The line is out.
3.5.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, Houston is starting to play the way Houston plays.
Yeah.
They're starting to play D. Those guards are unbelievable. They're down low. They're tough. This is a Final Four team. But Texas Tech still has Toppin. They still have Toppin. They got some good players on Texas Tech. This could be a game. I think it's going to
be a great game. You got a conference game here with both of these teams, both ranked pretty highly. Texas Tech is 11th, but they started slow.
These teams are 14-6 against the spread combined. Both good teams.
Yeah.
So
this is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a battle, maybe an underplay because 140, you're around 139.5 right now. Both these teams like to bang. They can get up and down, but I think the tempo of this game will probably be slower paced.
Yeah, and then I'll tell you another one, Steve. We got to talk about this one because we're both on the Arizona bandwagon. I hate to say it. This team's the best team in the country. West Virginia is going to get throttled tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I don't know what that line's going to be, but Arizona is just, I mean, they got 8, 9 guys that can just ball. This is the
Got to be
team.
double digits, right, Howie?
I would think this line is going to be 13 and a half, 15 and a half.
Why can't
Uh,
what time is that game?
that game is at 2:00.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Yeah,
There's so many. There's so many games tomorrow. You got Miami visits Syracuse. They go to the Dome.
Yep.
This is a must-win for both these teams. I mean, Miami's 15-4, Syracuse 12-7.
This has been getting those late night weekday games. They're
Yeah.
like 9:00 tips, which is a little odd, but
you got
yeah.
Oklahoma, Missouri. There's so many games tomorrow,
So
man.
many.
Some of these
So
you got to
many.
watch. Here's the moneymaker game. 2 p.m. My favorite team, Drexel, who's 8, and I bet Drexel like 4 times this year. They're 8-2 against the spread. They got Northeastern coming in, who can't really play on the road. This could be another just slamming. I mean, Drexel could spank them tomorrow. We got Yale Penn. I can't wait to see that one. I can't wait to see that line. Yale Penn.
Drexel 8-2 against the number 7-2 at home.
Yeah. That's what I look. I mean, I just watched so many of these games. Yale Penn at 2 p.m. There's a ton more games. And guys, listen, if you want a chance to win money, join the Degenerate Gamblers. Go to whop.com. Go to How We Do on YouTube. Sign up because I'll be tossing in a wild man parlay tomorrow where if it hits, everybody gets paid 50, 60, 70, 100 bucks, however many teams. But I will be putting in a wild man parlay tomorrow. How about this one, Steve? At 2:15, you got Virginia Tech at Louisville. Virginia Tech 7-3 against the spread. Going against Louisville. That could be an interesting game.
They're good on the road too, Howie. 4-1 away this year against the spread.
St. John's goes to Xavier tomorrow.
Louisville's been an up and down team too, so just take that into consideration. You know,
they are. They look great on a Wednesday night, and then they look like they'll turn the ball over 20 times on a Saturday.
Yeah. So that's something to keep an eye on. And Virginia Tech's, again, both teams lost to Stanford, so I don't know. We got to see what the line is.
Got St. John's goes to Xavier. What do you think about? I mean, the Redmen, they're coming around.
Yes, no, they're playing better. You know, they've been winning here. They won 5 in a row, covered 4 out of their last 5. It was funny because Seton Hall was kind of putting it to them at the Garden the other night, and then they came storming back, wound up winning that game by 6 points.
And that was our St. John's was our max bet last Saturday. It was our max bet. They won fairly easily. Probably the game of the week is at 3:00 Saturday. Illinois at
Howie,
Purdue.
this is a father versus son.
That's
you got
right.
Richard versus Rick.
Yeah, so he may just take his kid behind.
Dick.
He may take his kid behind the woodshed. That's a possibility. And Xavier's, they're not. I've seen them play so bad this year. That could be tough. Dude, how about this is the game of this is probably the game
Purdue, Illinois.
Illinois at Purdue.
Yeah.
Illinois is 7-3 against the spread going into Purdue. Purdue's gonna be a favorite.
Well, Purdue's coming off a loss to UCLA. They come back home, so they're gonna be pissed off, right?
They could be, but Illinois they're good. They're good. They have players, man.
They're good.
They shoot the shit.
They're beating the bags off of these, the weaker teams. So it's not like they're playing down to their competition. They're handling their business. They look great. They got guys transferring in from all over the world here whenever they want. So Brad Underwood's got the boys playing good.
No, you look at Illinois. Look at their team like Stojakovic, Petrovic, Fagbemi. I can't say half their names.
All right.
But they're all Merkovic. I mean, these dudes are definitely from the Eastern European part of this world. Of course, Stojakovic's father was a stud with the Kings.
Yes, Asia.
Yeah, he was a beast. So they're good. I'm actually looking at the line. Purdue's only -2.5, which tells you something.
Yeah.
You'd think that line would be higher. Illinois, don't be surprised if
Oh,
they
this
come in
one's
and
oh,
win.
it is out. Yeah. Oh.
It came out 10 seconds ago. It just popped up.
Yeah.
Um,
Man, I don't know. I think the Purdue lines are probably a little misleading too. So they're 5-8 at home against the spread record probably isn't. They've been high numbers. So now you're getting into the thick of conference play, and you're getting to play against these tougher teams where the lines are going to kind of even themselves out. So yeah,
exactly.
This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, I mean, guys, Jesus. And then you got Auburn at Florida. And I want to talk real quickly about Florida. Florida's a team that started off the first 3 weeks like, what in the? Florida is firing right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Florida has players. They rebound. The transfer from Princeton finally got his head out of his ass. They're playing well. And guys, the line is -9.5. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a 5-star play. I'm all over Florida. I think Florida beats the piss out of Auburn tomorrow. I mean, I'm talking, you might see a 20, 30-point game.
Here's the thing, too. Florida's playing catch up, like you said, from how they started off the season. So now they're really, I think, even pushing harder to put these teams away quick and embarrass them.
Exactly. That's what it looks like. And we got games all day. I mean, there's so many damn games tomorrow. Holy shit. You got Utah, BYU. BYU's a good team, but they don't cover. Utah actually does cover. You got all the way up. You got Northwestern playing UCLA. That'll be interesting because UCLA, for some reason, man, they're starting to play better ball.
Yeah. They're good.
They were terrible.
Cronin's a good coach.
They were terrible to begin with, man. Yep. So listen, we got so many games. You got Kansas. Jesus. I'm not going to go over. You got to join the Discord. Join the Discord with all of us. We just talk. We just go back and forth with bets. We try to middle. We hedge.
Howie, I'm still in the 4:00 slate. Like, you can't even get out of that without.
No, there's so many games tomorrow. I mean, Tennessee plays Alabama, LSU, Arkansas. This is tomorrow night. Cincinnati,
Oklahoma
Arizona
State, Iowa State. You got. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's a degenerate's delight.
So, guys, this is a gambling weekend. You got to join, sign up, go to whop.com. But listen, we got to get going here because we got to talk quick NBA, and we're going to talk with a little something this weekend called the NFC, AFC playoffs.
Championship games.
We can't do any kind of playoffs till we bring in our man right now. He's downtown New York City. I'm downtown too, kind of. Mehul, am I downtown? Am I?
Yes, you're considered downtown. I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe anything below 14th Street is considered downtown.
I can walk. I can walk to you. It takes me about 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is downtown.
But speaking of downtown, man, the degenerate gamblers went downtown in the NBA last night because, I'll tell you a little something. I started off the day yesterday, and I'm looking at college hoops, and West Georgia let me down. I mean, they've been crushing for me. They didn't play at all, and I went over every college basketball game yesterday. I didn't like one of them. I did not like any of them. I went to the NBA, and I'm looking through the NBA, and I'm like, you know what? I like the Mavericks tonight big time. I love the Mavs. I watched the Mavs kick the shit out of my Knicks last week. And then I looked at Charlotte, and then Mehul, same thing. Mehul's like, I love Charlotte because every other game off, and Charlotte has the best team they've had in a long time because this kid, Com Nipple, whatever the hell his name is.
Nipple.
Fucking Con Nipple. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
I mean, he's playing better than Cooper Flag.
He came out of the same damn. What's that say for the coach of Duke, where the number one player in the NBA was not the number one player in Duke last year, and they didn't go to the Final Four.
I mean, this guy was the number 4 pick, right?
They lost in the Final Four.
Oh, did they get in the Final Four? All right, my bad. That's where my memory is.
Knipple's got like 5 little brothers too that are all ballers.
He's got a younger brother who's like 6'9". He's like but I watched this kid in college, and I was one of the few people that said I like him better than Cooper Flag, and people were like, no, Cooper Flag goes to the hole, dunks. This kid pump fakes, hits the 3, goes to the hole. He's a great passer. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
No, he's good. He's really good.
Bottom line is, yeah, we took the Hornets and the Mavs last night. That's what I had, but maybe we had a few others for a nice parlay.
No, last night worked out. I like the Charlotte Hornets because I think so. You know how with the NFL we use a lot of the PFF data and a lot of the data out there, and I focus on offensive lines because that's something that doesn't really get a lot of attention. NBA, the one thing that all these franchises do that frustrates guys like us that watch the Jordan era, the bad boys, Celtics, Lakers, is load management. It's a
It drives me
huge,
nuts.
huge, huge, huge part of the NBA, but it's also a huge part of, I think, wagering on the NBA. And Howie, we used to coach, always says the load management is shit, and actually players could get hurt more by
Listen,
resting. And I agree to an extent on
look at
that.
Josh. Look at Josh Hart this year. Josh Hart, Tom Thibodeau from the New York Knicks got all kinds of shit for playing his guys 40 minutes every night. Josh Hart never came out of the game. Josh Hart very rarely ever got hurt. Now he's playing half as much this year as the Knicks. He's hurt all the time.
Yeah. And my theory is if you've ever played basketball, big part of it, like any sport, but basketball is one of them where I think it's a little bit higher, is muscle memory because of shooting and all of that. And I think teams like Charlotte that are young, I get it if you've got a lot of guys who've been in the league 8 to 10 years. They do the Olympics in the summer, they do all that stuff. But the Charlotte Hornets have nobody who plays in the Olympics, and they're all in their second, third, and fourth year. And they are now 9-1 on back to backs, which might just mean they get their rhythm that second game. Like they need to be on the court. They need to be competing. They need to be playing. To me, it's kind of the difference between if you play every day in your driveway by yourself versus going and playing in pickup games. Like you're going to get better going to the batting cages with Steve, right? Yeah. You're going to get technique down, but you got to go up against the pitcher on the mound. Like at some point, if you really want to get better at baseball, you've got to be able to take inside heat from a real pitcher, right? Not
absolutely. I used to pick my game. I used to pick my game up when I knew we were facing.
Yeah, and so that's why we rode Charlotte last night. Is because
actually I never played baseball in my life. I'd say that.
Charlotte was back to back, and we hit on that one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah,
and Portland too.
And I got to tell you guys something. My 3-game tennis parlay, where I had Ethan Quinn, Daniil Medvedev, and Andrei Rublev. I looked at it last night and I said, you know what? I don't got a good feeling this Rublev dude. So I cashed out. And Rublev got his ass
I could
kicked.
see how you pronounce last names when you were a substitute teacher.
Well, Rublev got crushed. Francisco Cirinudolo beat the shit out of him. So I was very happy.
Welcome to the New York Knicks next PA announcer.
I was doing, after I handicapped tennis like no other, because I know a lot about tennis. You definitely gotta, especially the backhand, you gotta put backspin on it. Yeah. So anyways, the NBA is firing right now, and we're putting out plays every day. And there's an awful lot of live betting because I hedged on everything last night. Even though I didn't win, I don't care. I hedged because we had great chances to hedge last night.
Oh, yeah, we had a bunch.
You will in the NBA because the fluctuations in point spreads are up and down. But with that being said, guys, let's talk about the real deal. There's only 2 games this weekend, and that's the NFC and AFC championship. Listen, if you've been following us, we've been crushing. Mehul's been crushing. Steve's been crushing the NFL, especially the playoffs. And, hey, Mehul a long time ago said he liked the Rams. The Rams are in.
Check out our first episode.
Yeah. That goes on forever. I'm looking. I got all kinds of bonuses.
I got them games locked in from August.
So Mehul, we got the Rams going to Seattle. They're plus 2.5.
Look, I'm riding the Rams all the way. I thought if they stayed healthy, they've got the coaching staff, they've got the skill positions. They clearly can win on the road. They can win in the cold. They can win games where they run the ball. Are they the best team we've ever seen? No, but in today's NFL, they're probably the most complete roster. They've got holes.
Yeah.
I look at this game and look, Seattle could certainly win this game. I'm not saying that it's a lock by any chance. There's each team has an advantage. I think the Rams secondary is short guys, and Puka.
When you say they're short guys, they're not all like 5'3".
No, but they're not big guys. And
the Rams got a bunch of midgets in the backfield.
Not Puka. I mean, JSN could have a big game. I mean, he could have a big game against this secondary. But the disadvantage that Seattle has is they've got the left guard and right guard suck. And that front seven, they can get pressure. Puna Ford, Fisk, Verse, Young.
So Sam Darnold, I mean, you got an over-under of 46.5 here, which Vegas is telling us these guys are going to score. So Sam, and the one thing I will say about the Rams defense, we've seen it all year, their backfield is very average. They give up the long ball.
No, the secondary is where that's their weakness. I mean, and big receivers give them problems. Seattle doesn't have anyone like a big receiver. JSN isn't a big guy, but he's just so good. If they give Sam Darnold protection, I think they'll be able to move the ball. I actually think Ken Walker can get around the edge, even though this team is fast. Their best offensive linemen are the two tackles on the outside. It'll be close. I like the props more in this game than anything else. I'm definitely going to post something on the sacks because
yeah, you want props, man. You got to join the Degenerate Gamblers in the Discord because we fire out sack props, receiving props, rushing props. I had a nice parlay last week with the Rams. It was like I think 100 brought back like 8, something like that.
Yeah, I like the sack props and I like the receiving props for JSN. But if someone's going to ask me, who do I think you got to take to cover? I'm taking the Rams. I don't know the stat on how many first. I mean, essentially.
You can get them as an underdog plus 118. Win the game. That's good value if you like them.
I like them. I mean, this guy's second year coaching for Seattle. It's his first NFC championship game. I don't know what the record for coaches are in their first NFC championship game, but McVay's been there. He's been there. He's won this game twice, and I'm leaning on that. It's on the road. This isn't going to be easy for the Rams. I mean, this is going to be a hard game, but I mean, this is their third time zone in 3 weeks. I mean, they went to Carolina, won. They went to Chicago, they won, and now they're in their own time zone going up to Seattle for their shortest road trip of the playoffs. Matt Stafford's healthy. Devontae Adams is healthy. Puka's healthy. Kyron Williams is healthy. All their key guys on defense are healthy.
Who's not healthy? Sam Darnold. He only threw the ball 17 times last week.
He's got bad obliques
injury. He's gonna have to throw the ball to win this week. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna probably lay my hat on.
And it's a big point. It's a huge point. I mean,
what do you think, Steve? When you look at this overall game,
I'm with Mehul. The Rams. They broke it right off in my ass last week. Just snapped it off. Not covering that game, and I should have hedged like you told me to, but I'm a stubborn jackass, and I didn't.
Well, was that the line where you had them at 3.5, and they won by 3? Okay.
They won by 3.
Listen, one thing I will say, and I learned this like 2 years ago, I will never, I don't care who it is or what. If it's 3.5, I'll bring it to 2.5 just because it always gets me. It always gets
me.
Every time. It gets me every single time.
So for me, the bet I put on it was hefty for me, right? I should have paid the juice, got the line down under the 3 points, and I would have been sitting pretty. But anyway, I mean, with that being said, I'm with Mehul. I think the Rams are the team. to beat in this playoffs. I know you're at home. You got the 12th man with the Seahawks, but I think this Darnold injury, especially against this Rams front four, is gonna come into play. Whether it crushes them or not, I don't know, because the Seahawks are a good team. They are the number one ranked team in the NFC for a reason. But I love Darnold throwing a pick. I think it's minus 149 is the best juice you can get. I like Darnold.
They're going to hurry him up, and he's not 100%.
Yeah,
I like this.
You know,
and Mehul, you mentioned that the backup running back for the Seahawks is going to be out.
Whoops.
Dude, Mehul just went full 80s right there with Men
That's
at
my
Work.
ringer.
He went with Men at Work. Fucking down under.
That is
Australia, baby.
That is my ringer.
So we get to we all agree on the Rams for Mehul went full 80s, man.
But I'm telling you, I'm looking heavy into these player props. I'm going to be riding Mehul. I love it all year.
Yeah, you guys always come up with good props. So
yeah, I mean,
and I just follow
the oblique, and usually when you have these oblique injuries, it lingers. I mean, we
linger
particularly with
no oblique. That's your heel, right?
Medved's a bit.
He's got a bad oblique injury.
You know,
Jesus, put some ice on it.
Like Steve just said, no Zach Charbonnet. So it's going to be all Ken Walker. It just, the Rams are healthy. I just feel like they don't really have anyone that's out that's like a huge key player. And they're designed to win on the road, clearly. I think that it could be close unless something like Seattle secondary is very good. Leonard Williams is a good defensive lineman.
The bottom line is if they don't get to Stafford's going to.
They're going to put up 28 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that's what he does.
They're going to get into the red zone, and Puka Nacua, his yak is ridiculous. You can throw him a 7-yard slant and it goes for 20. You can throw him a screen and it goes for 15. They have just a lot of ways to gash you. And
you can throw the ball in the stick and that guy catches it. He's crazy.
I actually think the blowout game against the Niners doesn't serve the Seahawks well. They hadn't played in 2 weeks because of the bye. And then they play a game that was over like after the first quarter. So they haven't really played in a tight game in a bit now. And I didn't watch the second half of that game because I was like, this is all over. I don't even know how much their guys played, the starters, because that game was over. It was over quickly.
You still had Kenneth Walker scoring touchdowns, but they weren't. That game plan is not the game plan.
Yeah, exactly. So the Rams have kind of been in playoff mode for a while. And I'm not saying Seattle hasn't been. They got the number 1 seed. They had to play all 18 weeks to get it. And they're good. But I'm going to take McVay having the game plan, having been there, and just having a quarterback who has won a Super Bowl versus Sam Darnold, who I'm still, this will be it. Hey, look, if Sam Darnold wins this game, you have to say, one, Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings made a huge mistake already by letting him.
The Vikings or the Jets? Which one did you say? Who made that mistake?
Both.
He came out of New York, and everyone was like, "Why'd we draft that loser? He's the worst quarterback. He's not even an NFL." Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
But I'm going Rams.
So we're all going Rams. We're all on the Rams Sunday. You heard it here. We just gave that to you. If you want the rest, you want props, you got to join the Degenerate Gamblers. Go to WHOP.com. $24.99 a month. You get on the Discord. You get to hear all our live bets, all our hedges, all our arbitrage. We get into AFC Championship, 3 o'clock Sunday. Patriots traveling to Denver. Denver was looking amazing until their quarterback, I don't know, snapped his vagina. He had a rough day. He's out. And
Nick sounds like an 80s singer.
Yeah. Bo Nix. No, it sounds like an 80 country singer who broke his ankle walking off stage. No, thoughts and prayers to him. Hopefully he gets better. But how about this? Let's talk about just Denver right now going into this game, because this line after that game last week, they were like, "Oh my God, Denver's done." I figured you would see the Broncos plus 10.5, the Broncos plus 12.5. The Broncos are only plus 4.5. I mean, the Patriots are not huge favorites here, so that tells us that the Broncos must have something in store. This game could be close.
Both teams have not played tough schedules this year. Neither team has played a tough schedule this year. Man, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm like I said, I'm a born and raised Patriots fan, and I'm taking Denver.
Ooh.
I'm taking the points.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking the points in this.
I can see this game going either way by a field goal.
I granted the Houston Texans defense is nasty. I've liked that team all year. I'm so upset with CJ Stroud for playing so bad. That interception that he threw, let me say, that interception he threw where he just threw it to the sky may have been the worst turnover I have ever seen in the playoffs that I can recall.
The Texans had a chance. The Texans were in it. What did he throw? 4 interceptions? 5? I don't know. So here's the question, Mehul. The Broncos' backup quarterback, I don't care how bad he is or how long he hasn't played, he's going to have to try hard to throw 4 interceptions.
Very hard. And look, Sean Payton's a great coach. He's not going to give this guy an opportunity to do that. I mean, he's just not. I don't think that he's going to put him in a position where that's going to happen. Now, look, Denver's defense is not as good as the Texans, but it's a top 5-6 defense. It's not as if they're bad. They're pretty good. And Drake May didn't play well. He didn't handle the rush well. He fumbled the ball 3 times. I mean, Patriots were lucky that they recovered. They fumbled. I think they fumbled 4 times and 4 or 5 times as a team. The Patriots played as sloppy as you could and still won that game. Now, granted, some of it was because of the weather, but Denver will not be an easy place to play. And this is a backup quarterback that they specifically went out and got. There's got to be something that Sean Payton liked that he saw when this guy was at the Raiders. The Raiders didn't have a lot of talent when he played there. They weren't, some really good team. So we don't know what the drop-off's going to be. I think the big issue is he doesn't scramble like Bo Nix. That element is a huge part of game planning against them. But I think they're going to play it very conservatively. And I think Denver is going to cover. I'm not saying that they're going to win the game, but I think they are going to cover that spread at home.
And we're looking at 15-degree weather Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
what about Stidham being a Patriot? He was drafted by the Pats.
They drafted him. He was there for his first 2 years. And, granted, he just hasn't played much the last couple of years, but he's been on the Denver team. Sean Payton specifically went out and got this guy, right? I mean, maybe you buy a few points. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I really don't think this is going to be a blowout game. And
I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I don't know that Denver can stay with the Patriots.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be
difficult. Their defense is going to have to put pressure on Drake May. They're going to have to get.
Oh no! And Patrick Surtain is going to have to get an interception. The Denver defense is going to have to either score or they're going to have to force a turnover in Patriot territory. But I'm leaning.
What do you think about the under in this game?
I mean,
42.5.
It's low, but I could see the Broncos playing very conservatively in this game. A lot of field position. This is not going to be a situation where 4th and 3 on the 41-yard line, they're going to go for it. They're going to punt it and keep trying to pin the Patriots.
Field position.
So
it's going to be a field position.
So you can just take out anything on the side of the Denver field when they get to fourth down, unless it's inches, they're going to punt most likely, because they got a good defense and they know that they've got to make Drake May. They cannot give a short field to Drake May. They cannot give any easy possessions, because for them to win this game, if the Patriots score more than 17 points, they're likely to lose.
Well, I see the under is in play then. I kind of do like the under.
I like the under.
I think it's going to be a game where Denver is going to try to grind this clock out as much as they possibly can, turn it into a field possession game. I like the under, and I like Patriots first half -2.5.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I like the Patriots first half.
All right.
I mean, look, I think the Patriots are going to win this game, but they could be up 10 and, this team gets a score late or something.
I could see him winning by a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
If you like the Patriots, don't bring that down to 2.5. Bring it down to -2.5 and see what happens.
Don't make my mistake.
I mean, I may bump the Broncos up to 7.5 and grab the Broncos at a touchdown.
Look, in 2022, this kid went out and beat the 49ers, and that was when their defense was just nasty. That was when their defense was loaded, and that was a huge upset. And so is he capable of beating a good defense? Yeah, and I think this offense has a little more juice than that Raiders team for sure. Sean Payton will come up with a game plan to shorten this game and shorten the field as much as possible. A lot of field position, like I said. If the Patriots have a turnover or bad penalty, again, look, this is Drake May. It's only his second year. And I know he's playing up against a backup quarterback too, but a lot of the guys on the Patriots besides Stephon Diggs and Milton Williams, this is kind of their first big game too. And so, that first, if the Patriots jump on them, it's going to be over quick. But, as the game goes on, the pressure's on the Patriots. They're playing a backup quarterback. This is probably, they have to, in their brains, be thinking, this is our best. This might be the best opportunity for Drake May to go to a Super Bowl for the rest of his career. I'm not saying he won't get there again, but he may never get a opportunity like this again. So
basically, listeners, we got Mayhew's leaning towards the Broncos +4.5. Steve likes the Patriots. I have no damn idea. I will go with the under. I'm going to make some plays with the under. I may add some points to one of these teams. I do think you got to alt spread this thing. All right, real quick, you guys like any props in this game off the bat?
This is a tough one, man. Honestly,
I know it is. I do think the Broncos will get a sack here. The Broncos are going to get 1 or 2 sacks. I do like that one.
I do.
You're home. It's going to be a loud stadium.
I'll tell you weather. What I'll probably look at. I'll probably look at the field goal kickers, because I gotta assume Denver will try for a long field goal because they need points anyway. They can get it. If they get to the New England 40, they have to kick a 57-yard field goal. They have to try. They might even have to try a 60-yard field goal. They're in thin air. So I would actually look at the field goal props on this game, because they are going to have to try to get points off any possession they can. And if it means a long field goal versus going for it on 4th and 4, which with Bo Nix, he won't even hesitate with that. But with the backup quarterback, I don't know how you can feel that confident doing that. So that's another prop to take a look at.
It will be watching it. Mayhul and I will be watching it in about 2 feet of snow, because we're about to get blasted starting tonight. Probably the biggest storm we've had in two decades, they're saying. it started yesterday, Muhu. We're getting a foot. And yet last night it was 16 inches. Now it's like 18 inches.
Oh, it's up to 18, huh? All right.
Yeah, it's like what in the hell, man? So New York City's going to be a mess. Hopefully, we still have TV.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, we couldn't get the game on.
Well, I mean, a lot of the country is going to lose power.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
A lot of countries are going to lose power.
It's not a good night to lose it.
No,
man. No.
You can't have that. I mean, there'll be, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see this.
I will say this is of the playoffs. This is the hardest weekend I'm having with the games. That's why I like the props in Seattle, New England. Yeah, I'm gonna buy points here. You got
to alt spread these things, baby.
I'm gonna probably juice up Denver, maybe juice up the under.
I'll probably do the same. I'll get the Rams up to 7.5. I'll get the Broncos plus 7.5. I'll take the Rams over way down, and then I'll take the Patriot Broncos over under. I'll take it way up and bet the under. So that's how easy it is, people. It's all about banking, making moves, and banking fatties, and just sending it in. But this weekend, my God, we got a crazy slate: college basketball, NBA, NFL, AFC, NFC championship games. It's going to be insane.
There are 2 wide receivers I'm eyeing for touchdowns in that Pats game. I know we're thinking it's going to be a ground and pound, but Butte there, Keyshawn Butte and Cortland Sutton have big juice to score touchdowns in this game. So I might be looking at that anytime.
I mean, that Keyshawn Butte catch, wow. That was a ridiculous catch. That broke my back. That broke my back with the Texans, man. If I was a Texans fan, that was a brutal loss. Absolutely brutal loss. It was, I think, as brutal as the Josh Allen loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Butte's plus 240. That's some serious business to catch a TD.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton 300.
Almost, plus 290. You gotta like that. I mean, Sutton's a go-to guy. He's gonna get some touches. He's gonna have to.
He's gonna have to.
So,
or either quarterback. You never know. They get close to that goal line and stuff it in on a tush push. Could see that happening. It's good value. That's all. Just something.
Yeah, no, hell yeah, absolutely. You gotta toss a few of these in. We'll be propping the shit out of both these games this weekend.
Could you imagine if it's Denver, Seattle in the Super Bowl, those 2 quarterbacks? Who would have thought that those would be the 2 starting quarterbacks in the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
That's like back when the Patriots had, what's his name, against, who the hell was it? Patriots had that shitty quarterback against Green Bay.
No, that was Bledsoe. You're thinking about Tony Eason versus the Chicago
Yeah, Tony
Bears.
Eason.
That was 1985, man. That was.
Oh yeah,
he played so bad. Steve Grogan came in, and it wasn't because
Steve
Tony
Grogan was
Eason
75 years old. He came and was throwing underhand. I remember that.
That may have been one of the most. That was the most dominant Super Bowl I've ever seen. The Chicago Bears.
In the refrigerator Perry.
That was just destruction.
Like refrigerator Perry. He's got like 2 toes left. It's like
the sugar got him.
Trailer down. Yeah. He was a hell of an athlete, man. That guy could do it all. So listen, guys, pay attention. If you want all these picks, join the Discord. Go to Whop.com. Go to Premium Degenerate Gamblers. We have all these picks live on the Discord. We gave you what we want. We got a huge weekend ahead. We're gonna make some money. This is a big money making weekend. Let's bank.
Let's do it.
Let's go.